Hi, it's Liz and Matt Rard again, and we'd like to do part two. I've called Matt in because I want to do.
Thank you, Liz, for having me along.
I want to do part two
Yep.
of the biggest mistakes that beginners make when they're buying websites on Flippa. Because Flippa's an exciting marketplace,
It is.
and it's huge. There's so many websites on there to buy, and online businesses. So we want to keep you safe. We want to give you some ideas about how to get on there and be successful.
And we have seen, over the years, we've seen it all. We've made lots of mistakes ourselves, but more importantly, and this is why I think Liz has called me in today, I do a lot of coaching with our students personally over the last decade. And I think looking at our little list here,
these are the ones that come up a
these
lot.
are the main ones, and I said to Liz, let me share some experiences here too.
Okay, so let's start out with that idea that Flippa is a big marketplace. There are thousands of websites and domain names listed on there for sale at any one time, and more coming on all the time. So how do you choose? And this is one of the big mistakes that people make, is that they get onto Flippa, they hear about us, or they hear about, oh, you can buy a website, jump on Flippa, and it's just overwhelming. There's so many to choose from. How do you know which one to pick? And I think that's the first thing that you need to set out to do, is to have a kind of search image. It's like targeting, like when you're buying a property, you have a certain style of property that you are targeting, and you don't need to look at every property for sale. Then you only need to look at the ones that meet your criteria. And I think that's really important. Having that search image about what do I want and what does that sort of website look like.
And if you want to get a bit more background on that, I'm just about to say, I'm sure a lot of you by now have done our free masterclass training. If you haven't, obviously go and do it. But in that free masterclass training, that's exactly what we talk about. So that's what that whole masterclass is about, is we break it down into the kind of websites that we look for, and actually understanding our strategy too, because that determines the kind of websites we look for. Because we're not on there looking at absolutely everything. We'd be there for days on end or weeks on end. We basically go for content sites, and we
explain that in the masterclass.
Yeah, we explain that in the masterclass, and we're not buying e-commerce, and there's a whole heap of other sites we're not buying. But anyway, check out the masterclass, you'll see our strategy there. So that is a big one. We do see people get so overwhelmed when they get onto Flippa. Oh, what do I buy? Well, just go for this. Have you set a criteria, a little checklist of stuff that you look for, and start out small. Just buy the smaller sites under $1,000. Get to learn the ropes.
Yeah. All right. So that's in terms of when you first get on there. Now, once you actually get into really looking at websites and
you're actually ready to buy,
you're starting to click in, and you're
Yep.
actually doing a bit of due diligence, asking some questions. That's where mistake number 2 comes in, which is we see a lot of people trying to do this without ever communicating with the seller. So not going in and actually finding out who is this person, why are they selling, and what's happening. And now, admittedly, in the very, very small websites and the starter style sites, that's maybe not so relevant. But certainly once you get up towards $1,000 plus websites, you really want to be communicating. And definitely once you get over $5,000 to $10,000 websites.
If you're into a $50,000 website and you haven't communicated with the seller, that's not smart website buying, okay? So it's easy these days. You can private message them, but also obviously, ideally, get on a Zoom and have a chat to them about the background of their website and everything that they're saying about it. And you pretty much have to do this. It's a good skill to learn, particularly if you want to get into this and do this professionally and start buying much bigger websites, $50,000 to $100,000 to a couple $100,000 type websites. You need to be talking with the seller.
Or the broker, depending. So sometimes you won't get the seller, you'll get the broker, and that's cool. But you should be having a dialogue with that person and finding out what's and that leads into our mistake number 3, which is
the biggest mistake, Liz. My pet thing that I've seen with you guys do is believing the good word of the seller.
What's written in the listing, and just taking that. Okay, that's right. That's all as read.
Yeah, guys, you got to do your own due diligence. You got to learn how to do website due diligence. You've got to understand. You've got.
I covered that in the last video.
Oh, okay. And you've got to be speaking to the seller. But it's so funny. I think the number one mistake people say
it's kind of getting caught up in the too good to be true.
Over the years, you think about the people that we've coached, and the number one mistake I've seen when people have actually lost money, it's normally when I go back through them with their due diligence checklist. So we have that in our course. Say, show me your due diligence. Oh, I can't, Matt. I didn't actually do it. And I go, well, why not? You just spent a lot of money on this website. It would have picked up this, this, and this, and this. And they go, oh no, the website looked good and the seller told me it was a good website. Yeah, well, everyone's going to tell you their website's good, okay? So it's just like selling any business.
So remember, we come from a business brokering background.
Yes, we
and
should
it's the
mention
same
that.
thing. Like,
Yep.
of course, the seller of the business is going to tell you all the good stuff.
Yep. And, it is good, but there's always skeletons. Don't care what anyone says. Any business or website that's for sale will have some skeletons of some kind. Now, typically, that's the turnaround opportunity. But you still need to don't just blindly believe the figures. The website says, hey, I only work 3 minutes a year on this website and make $50,000 a month off it. Yeah, let's look into that. So I'm being dramatic.
Dramatic.
There.
Getting over dramatic, mate.
I have seen clients do that. They just read the headline of the listing and go, wow, this is just so good.
Let's
I'm
buy
buying
that.
Okay,
maybe ask some questions first, and yes, do some research. And I think that's just.
And in all fairness, the reason why is it's really exciting. It is damn exciting. You get online or get onto a website broker like Flippa, and you look at the listings. You go, wow, this is so cool. There's a website selling here for 20 grand, and it makes $2,000 a month net profit. That's so cool. Or you start looking at the bigger ones and you start thinking, that website is passive and it's made more money than I earn in my job going to work 9 till 5. So it gets pretty exciting, and you definitely are tempted to believe the good word of the seller. But what we say is, let's be sensible here. We
need to ask
check
some questions.
everything out.
We need to check it out.
Ask some questions. And it's pretty easy once you know what you're doing.
Yeah, it is. And those deals do exist. So we do have students who found those awesome bargains.
You can read them on this website or on our website or on our YouTube channel. You can see, go and have a look at them, like Mark and Lisa.
So we're not saying they don't exist, but just remember to ask. Just make sure you ask some questions and don't just jump straight in and buy based on what's just listed there. You do need to ask some questions. The other one that's really important, and it's actually got much easier now. Flippa's awesome. We've been working with Flippa for 10 years now.
Yep,
and there's been a lot of developments on Flippa that have come from the feedback from our community, from our digital investors community, feeding back. And
so Flippa will typically come to our live events, and there'll be 500 or 600 people there, and they get feedback off the audience, and people talk to them about what, especially beginners, talk to them about what their concerns are working on the website. And over the years, we've seen Flippa implement some really cool stuff particularly for beginner website buyers. And one of the big areas is security, in being secure, in knowing that when you're on that platform, you're buying a good deal. Because obviously we're buying a lot smaller websites when we're starting out on Flippa. So with other broker platforms, they're curated deals, and by their very nature, there tends to be a lot more security there. But with these smaller websites in the early days, there were what people would typically try and do is take the deals off the Flippa platform to avoid the commissions and stuff like that. Now, the minute you do that, it's the number one thing we recommend you don't do if you're a buyer. Why? Because the minute you do that, there's no protection for you.
Yeah, you don't have that record, because what you're communicating in the Flippa platform is a record of what's been agreed to. It is like it is a contract of sale.
Well, it's like a paper trail.
Yeah, it's like a paper trail.
Virtual paper trail.
And everybody knows what's included, what's not included. And so all those communications you have with the seller don't go off platform and try and do it. Even if you do a Zoom call and get to know the person and all that sort of stuff, ideally you write all that down, what was covered in the Zoom call, and put it as a message in the Flippa platform so that it's all documented, what you've agreed to and what you've spoken about. So the other thing too, like people, like you said, dodgy sellers will try and take you off platform to avoid the commissions or whatever it is and stop that paper trail. So as a beginner, that's really important. Do not leave the platform. Don't be tempted to take it off platform. Stay on there, because and again, like Flippa's implemented not only more security measures, but also they now have Flippa escrow, which didn't used to be there,
but also,
and also a really good messaging system.
Yeah, and a good ranking of sellers.
Yes.
So Flippa are really big now on grading sellers and verifying sellers. So if you take it off the platform, there's no comeback. Whereas if in the unlikely event there is a problem with the website, there's recourse there. The Flippa team can go, if you think something untoward's happened, then the Flippa team can investigate for you. If you've taken a deal off Flippa, there's absolutely nothing they can do. It's the same with all the other brokers as well. And obviously, we are biased, we're ex-business brokers ourselves, but we know the power of a good broker keeping things safe for both the buyer and the seller.
Yeah.
And that's why we're personally big fans of always using a broker or an intermediary that you trust. And in this instance, when you're starting out buying websites, the Flippa platform works really well for that. And so it would be a mistake to be taking deals off the platform.
Yeah. So there we go. That's our last. Now we've got one more, which I think is a really cute one because we often get these emails, and it's really funny when we do. So we'll get an email into the support, and it'll say, "I can't find a deal. There's not a good deal. There's no good deals on Flippa. There's no legitimate there's no good deals. I can't find a good deal." Yep. And literally within an hour or two, we'll get a student email in saying, "I just found the best deal."
I always find it's funny how the universe works. It is literally within a couple of hours you'll see it's just so cute. And there's several things at play here.
Well, I just did joke. This mistake is giving up, giving up too soon. Yeah. That is the mistake. People go on there, go, "Oh, there's nothing. This is all rubbish," and then yet there's all these people who are finding fantastic deals.
It reminds me of the Tony Robbins story. We were writing to Tony Robbins way back when we started out in business and stuff, and he was relaying a very similar thing where he had a client. And the client was complaining, saying, "This isn't working. I've tried everything." And Tony goes to the client, "Tell me about everything." So what have you done? Everything. So you've done like 100 things in the last month, have you? And the client went, "Oh no." And Tony said, "So what? You've done 20 things in the last month?" "No." "Have you done one thing?" "Yeah, I've done one thing and it didn't work." And so that's the same here with websites. You literally don't just walk straight on the Flipper and buy a magic website within a few minutes. Guys, like anything in life, and like Tony Robbins was teaching there, things take effort, okay? There is an amount of stuff you have to do. You will have to kiss a few toads, as they say. I know it's a crude term, but you're going to have to turn over and look at a few websites. There's always deals. You can't tell me you can't find a deal on Flippa. We do it all the time, live, totally unscripted, literally live in front of live audiences of hundreds of people.
On the Q&A the other day?
The Q&A the other night, I didn't do that live. The client sent us the email literally that day. I'd done coaching calls with two of our high-level coaching clients. One of them said, "I just bought this awesome site, Matt, on the Flippa platform in the classifieds bit. No one else bid on it. It was $300, and I showed it to our community, and every single person said, 'Wow, that domain name alone is worth $300. The amount of content that was on there was worth in the thousands. And then another client of ours bought a website for $1,200 that no one else out of all the hundreds of people that were live on that webinar that night had even seen or bid on, and bought this awesome website for $1,200. Same thing, the domain name alone was worth the money, and also it had, I can't remember, was it 40 articles, and we were looking at it live on there. Everyone's just like, "Wow, I'll give you $2,000 for that website now." So there are always deals there, because you got to remember, Flippa has thousands of listings every single day. You can jump on there now, you will see thousands of websites for sale. You can't tell me you can't find a good deal through that one. So it comes to another concept too, where we talk about getting into the deal flow too. When you're a beginner, we totally get and understand. And I know we're laughing here and saying, don't give up. And we know how hard it is. We know it gets overwhelming and you don't really know a lot. What we find is with our, once you get into, you don't have to be experienced. I was going to say with our more experienced clients, it's not that. It's when you more start having a go at it, like what Tony Robbins said, take massive action. Look at tons of sites, not just one or two. Tell me, Matt, I looked at 500 deals or I looked at 100 deals this month. Then I'll start listening to you and saying, okay, either your search pattern's wrong or you're not in the deal flow. Some people have, it's funny, you have other stuff going on in their lives and they get blinkered. And so we call it, for us, when we go on these big binges of buying websites, we get in a deal flow. We're just immersed in it. And that's when the good deals start to pop up. It's like that, that concept of flow. We call it the deal flow when we're looking at buying businesses or buying online businesses.
I think that happens, exactly as you said, when it's about reps.
Yep.
Because the more often you do it,
Yes.
the more you start to go, okay, you learn. You say, okay, I know I've seen that kind of website before. No, I don't like that. It's not one I want. So you actually get better at mistake number one, which is you get a better search image. You kind of refine exactly what you're looking for. You get some systems in place, and you internalize a lot of the questions. So like I was saying with due diligence, initially when you do due diligence, it takes a long time. But as you go over and over it a few times, you start to get a feel, and you can actually start looking at a site and go, okay, I feel like that's a good one, or I feel like that's not. And so it gets easier and easier over time. So I think that's the main thing.
Let me point out one more little concept that this brings up too, which is it's very common in this community in our community, we have a lot of high-performing individuals. Liz is going to laugh here. And particularly, we seem to attract a lot of high-performing women in our community. And I'm married to one right here. And perfectionism. And it is cute that I do these coaching calls because we see a lot of you as well being too perfectionist. Everything's got to be perfect to find the right deal. Guys, you're not going to get that. You know, with the nature of the beast is we're buying starter sites. They're not perfect. We're buying websites that have problems because we want to renovate them and fix them up. No website is perfect. So it's a fun game, and it is definitely a whole nother topic for discussion. We spend a lot of time coaching people through perfectionism because perfectionism can hold you back in life, and we're experts at it. We're perfectionists. Well, one of us is more so than the other.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So just an interesting concept and a fun one that we bring up, and you might just want to check yourself there if you're thinking you're not finding deals. I'm guessing.
Your expectations.
Can I make it if you're female and on our courses, you're a high performer and you're probably being too perfectionist on your first website deals.
Yeah. So it is about getting in the flow, getting in the deal. So there's hopefully some advice that will help you get on the Flippa platform, get into this world of buying and renovating and potentially selling, or just building a portfolio of cash flow positive websites. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more about the stories that we've been mentioning, check out the success stories on the channel. We've got heaps of other great information for you here. And if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. All right, so we'll see you next time.